What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special, and I'm here in Denver with Chris Taylor from Financial Fitness. Chris, how's it going?
Hey guys, we're doing awesome.
And I want to talk to you today about something. This is something I've heard a lot, and it's always something that bugged me, that here in the United States, people who live in the poverty line, how they tend to be overweight. And it's not like that in a lot of other places around the world. In a lot of other places around the world, you live below the poverty line, you're not overweight, you're not obese. It's something about the food supply here in the States. And I hear people talking all the time about how eating healthy is expensive, or how I can't afford to eat healthy, and that never made sense to me. And I know fitness and health in general is really your strong suit, so I want to talk a little bit about that. It just never seemed to make any sense to me.
Well, there's a big difference between eating healthy food and eating food that is conducive to losing weight. So a lot of people think, okay, avocados are healthy, and I need avocados because they're a good fat. Well, avocados will make you fat if you eat too many of them. Nuts are a good fat. If you eat too many nuts, you're going to get fat. That's a misconception about how and nuts and avocados are expensive. Sometimes what time of year it is. I guess you can eat for purpose on a budget. It may not be the healthiest food, but that's not what you're after. Being unhealthy is being morbidly obese. If you're morbidly obese, that's the very first thing you need to run after. Worry about your nuts and avocados later, after you figure out the calorie thing. Because you can eggs, just good whole foods. And a lot of people demonize carbs. I don't. Rice, potatoes. You can have all the real food is what we're after. When you grind it up and put it in a box, you have changed it. It's no longer a whole food. Your body, when your body processes foods that have been ground up, and that's what they call processed carbohydrates. They grind them up and put them in a box. They enrich them. Actually, they enrich them first. They take all the good stuff out, everything your body needs to be healthy, and they put chemicals and fat and sugar in. And then they put it on a shelf. That way it'll stay good for a long time, and your body will process it like as soon as you eat it, it's too fast.
And one thing that always leapt out at me is, you just mentioned process, right? You know what processes require? Energy, employees, factories, assembly lines. Those things all have a cost associated with them. And somehow our system, our culture, our foods, however it's set up, we steer people towards processed food, especially people in lower income areas. That stuff's more expensive.
Oh yeah.
It really is, because everything that is done to that food item costs money, it costs energy, it requires labor. That fresh produce in the fresh produce section, that came right off the plant at the farm, went on a truck, and went right to the supermarket. That has had the least amount of input cost of any food in the supermarket. It has not been sent to a factory. It hasn't been chopped up. It hasn't had, partially hydrogenated, whatever I can't pronounce, mixed in with it. So that stuff, not only is it healthier, but it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. I mean, the produce section in the supermarket is the cheapest food you're going to find in the whole store. And one of the things I don't know if you guys knew this, I lost a lot of weight in 2020. I dropped about 50 pounds. And the biggest change I made, besides getting my lazy butt moving, was I traded the crackers and the chips for tomatoes and carrots. I have this habit, I stress eat or I graze, I just need a bowl or a box of something nearby and just grazing it, right? And I used to do it, I would sit there and I'd eat a whole box of Cheez-Its in one sitting. And I made the change, I went from the Cheez-Its to cherry tomatoes or baby carrots. And you know what? That box of Cheez-Its cost about $3.99 that I would eat in one sitting. That baby carrot, the bag of baby carrots, cost 99 cents. So my grocery bill went down when I lost all that weight. I actually saved a ton of money. I feel a lot better. I'm healthier. I'm going to spend less on doctor bills. Geez, talk about Talk about can't afford to eat healthy. You can't afford to eat unhealthy.
You can't afford not to eat healthy.
Yeah.
You're going to pay for it later.
And I tell you, nothing will blow through wealth faster than doctor bills, than medical costs. You get some kind of life-changing injury or illness, and you are going to watch your money go up in smoke.
I knew a guy. Now I used to work shutdowns, and my very first job was a power plant, and this was a new construction, and you meet all kind of people on these jobs. You know, they're from all over the world, and anyway, there was an old guy. He wasn't fat or nothing. He was just a normal looking guy, and he ate on $1 a day. We were making a bunch of money, but he ate on $1 a day, and I was like, no way. There's no way you eat on $1. He said, son, how many potatoes can you eat at one time? Okay. How many beans can you eat? How much, now you need more protein than that. You need to log your food, don't get me wrong. But he was eating real food, and he was in good shape, and he was an old man doing manual labor on $1 a day. You can absolutely do it. The costly part, I got to be honest though, the costly part about really, for me, getting shape was the protein side. That's going to be your more expensive side of the diet, because without protein, you don't get to build muscle. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is.
And that is going to be your most expensive part of your meal, is going to be your meat.
Right. Or however you decide to use protein. Vegans like to eat soy, and I don't do any of that. But that's also pretty cheap, if you did want to go that way. So there's ways to do it.
And I tell you, simply put, you want to spend more of your time on the perimeter at the supermarket. All right, most supermarkets are set up this way. You walk in, off to the right against the wall is your produce section. Along the back is your meat. Along the other side is going to be your dairy section. And then you make your way to the register. If you're spending more of your time on the perimeter at the supermarket, you are saving money and you're living healthier. If you're going up and down all those center aisles where all that methyl ethyl bad stuff is poured in and processed crap, that's where you're blowing through money, and that's where you're costing yourself health. I have found spending more time on the outside at the supermarket really does pay dividends.
And that is the biggest tip, and I told you, and I saw you did it on your Twitter. You were cooking vegetables at night. There's something about vegetables. I don't know. It's like your body was meant to have vegetables, because your body will start to change when you eat that. It does two things. It gives you all the micronutrients. See, humans are starving on a micronutrient level because we're not eating any vegetables and we're eating enriched food. And it has a filling effect. So and when you go to that perimeter of the store and you're buying those vegetables and broccoli and stuff you normally wouldn't go get, I get that. I mean, nobody looks forward to a big bowl of broccoli. But if you'll put that dude on a big baking sheet and mist it, they sell sprayers that will spray olive oil. 1/4 tablespoon at one spray. So you can mist your vegetables, because it's hard to dump oil. You can mist your vegetables, and any vegetable you've ever liked, you can just pile them up, bake them for, I think, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You have to go look at my cooking videos. And that was my go-to. And put salt all over it. So you got your salty, half-cooked vegetables, and you just sit down and have a meal, And you feel good. Things change. That's what got me into investing. I started feeling like doing something,
I tell you, that is great advice. So if there's one thing you take away from this video, number one, eating healthy does not mean eating more expensive. It can in some cases, but don't just throw money at the problem. Put some thought into your grocery bill.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost a lot to lift weights either. We've talked about that.
And get moving. That is the biggest thing. Just get moving. Even if it's a little bit, go for a short walk, spend a little bit of time on that stationary bike. Anything. The hardest workout is going to be that first workout. Trust me, that first one is tough. The second one is easier.
For instance, like today, I didn't have a lot of time. We had a meeting we had to get to. It was a certain time, and everybody was on their way, and I was like, hey, I'm going to work out real quick. I was like, no, we're starting in like 10 minutes. I went to the gym. I did a little bit of chest and just a little bit of nothing. But it does something to me mentally, and I did something. I just did that one little thing. That's all it really takes, is that accountability to yourself, and your body will start to change, man. You will start seeing lines and you won't want to quit. You won't never want to quit. It's just it's so rewarding and fulfilling, and you feel good. I want to encourage everybody to do it because it helped me so much.
That's awesome. Well, Chris, I want to thank you for being here, for talking to our viewers. I want to thank you guys for your time and for watching. Don't forget to check out Financial Fitness, his channel on YouTube. I'll put a link in the description down below. Check him out and subscribe to his channel. Until next time, live small and dream big.
Thanks for watching.